seduction, sex, lifestyle. For the true player at heart, Global SLR presents the real kings of pickup. Vince Hollywood Kelvin and Arash motherfucking Dibazar. Be the best and fuck the rest.
Here's another podcast to count down to the most exclusive, intimate event ever up to date. You've heard of the GSLR, Pure Pickup, Enigma, the Forgiven Gods, and now we're bringing you a weekend in a mansion with 5 best of the best on the planet. Tonight, with me, Arash ASAP motherfucking Dibazar, my spiritual brother, known as the demon for the event, and also Frank White, the sorcerer, who's flying in from Germany to be at that event. It's called the Forbidden Teaching, and it's coming up in just a couple of days. So we're psyched, and we're going to share with you guys what we're preparing for the event and the mindset around the event. It's a spiritual boot camp. So Arash, I'll pass it to you. We were talking with Kelvin the other night about the format, military style, and so on. I know you're a constant and never-ending evolution. What's new since that?
Well, shit. I have been brought up in this my entire life, and my background is discipline and focus and the samurai sword and ninja stars and breath control and meditation and taking on animal forms and doing everything that it takes basically to overcome any opposition. That's been the task of my life. It would be a form of power, you could call it. And for whatever reason, in the last 3 weeks or so, it has truly awakened in me at a level that is, I don't know, it's burning. I feel, I was talking to Frank some days back, and I said the only way I can describe it is that, I am on fire. My soul, my essence is on fire, and it's just burning every second, So people coming to this event, that's what you're going to get. I'm going to give you strategies. I'm going to give you mental mindset, ideas, the unbreakable mind, diamond mind, for you to be able to strategize and really get the fucking job done. You know what I mean? I think that's the thing that people need to understand about myself, is if we have a saying in my martial art, Tanjo, that says, no fears, no distractions. Moving towards my target, I will not be stopped. And this is what it is, and you need to get this mindset. That's what I'm coming there with, to teach that, show that, and immerse people in my world when it comes to this. God forbid you decide that you want to get something done, then nothing will stand in your way. Absolutely nothing will stand in your way, because anything that does, you plow right through it. And just with this mentality, I know many men are interested in getting women. That's what this whole field started off as with you and I, getting women. We love women. And it's so easy and it's so simple once you have the proper mindset, proper attitude, and what I want to show you guys is the lifestyle that every minute of your day you are actually forging your sword. You are getting sharper. So if you don't talk to her for 2 days, 2 days later when she sees you or talks to you, you're a completely different beast than you were before. That's what this is for me, is to come over there and to spread this fire into your soul and put you in flames. And I'm very, very fucking excited. I mean, shit, I'm ready to teach it right now. And
I can hear it. I can feel it.
That's about you.
Wow. Yeah, I was rushed by 3 girls. It started with 2 when I took a quick walk. We were doing a session with Frank. And speaking of discipline, I am working around the clock, and there's a force that's almost like carrying me through the day, drive, a sense of mission like never before. So I took a power nap. Then we had a session with Frank, and I decided to do a quick walk after that to energize myself. And I wasn't even looking for girls, and they just rushed me, and it was going on. And then another one was, you want me to take a picture for you guys? And I would, no, you're the one that I really wanted. And I flipped the frame around like that. I love what you're saying, Arash, because I think that a lot of guys, they come to that thing of pickup, and what they think will help them is just like the pickup stuff, but they don't realize that personally, it's my self-help background that has allowed me to be sharp enough to make things happen. And it's essential, guys. I mean, you are unaware that you can make it happen. The three core challenges is the lack of awareness of your own true power and your strength. Because there's always a place where you're more open, more receptive, and to you it's normal. So there's that area, but you're not tapping into it because you're unaware of it. And you're not boosting it neither. So it's always so-so. And then there's the polarity of that. Places where you're unaware that it's possible for you and that you're capable to do it. And because of that, those places, you approach them from a completely different angle than where you know you're going to get. So I used to make people laugh and say, have them affirm out loud, stand up and go like, I'm a pussy provider. I provide pussy for myself. But I think you want to know you're a provider and you provide whatever you need to provide for yourself. Provide spiritually, provide, and what I'm doing right now is the eradication of any illusions through the assistance of Frank. I'm diving into also any of your videos, Arash, and so on, because there's two things that have been going on with me. I'll be fast. Number one, I realized that it doesn't matter how much you have grown in life. You need to constantly grow and challenge yourself. So with all the awareness that I have on my side, the years of teaching and all the women and so on, the moment that I don't decide, okay, now is my best ever. It doesn't matter how much I know, I am tapping into the next level. It's the beginning of the end. So more than ever before, I mean, I'm working, doing the work. It's a 24/7 meditation. I'm in constant work. I don't just coax through the day like most people. It's like that sharpening of the saw that you're talking about. And then, we all deal with the following things. The more abstract side of it. Time, places, people, situations, and events. And those cause us to fluctuate. And that fluctuation is not generated from within. It's a response to what's on the outside. And it's unfair to you to respond to things around you. There's always people that are more comfortable in certain locations. You put them where they don't go normally and they don't know. And there you have a fully grown man who's very capable in his work that's acting like a kindergartner. And there's no reason for that. So I want to expose those areas for you to discover them and take your purest, strongest aspect of you and like gold pouring everywhere, just even it out so it doesn't matter if you slept, if you didn't sleep, if you know the language, if you don't, if you're in state, if you're not in state, you can fully be successful. So I pass it to Frank. I'm fascinated by your work, Frank. I'm working with you every day. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to limit with a question. I simply pass it to you.
Yeah, one thing I noticed as I've come in contact with more and more people who seek guidance through the spiritual is that they, even though they're fascinated by, these incredibly accurate readings or, I do channelings and they hear stuff that me personally, I could have possibly known. It's impossible to say some of these things unless, there's just one possible solution to that question. The spirit is actually within me and is speaking through me. Okay, so, but I can, to me, that's a concrete reality. I deal with that on a daily basis, and you guys have noticed it too. And we all, all of us, we live in a parallel reality. And for many people who don't immerse themselves in their world and break through that, barrier, it's kind of hard to believe. And it's kind of, they still have that, a little bit of doubt, that voice in the back of their heads that tells them, maybe, it's all coincidence. What I want to do on this event is, because I have the opportunity to be in person with these people for a couple of days, actually, I want to give them a concrete experience that just can't be denied. This is going to blow their minds. This is going to show them once and for all that sorcery is real, that spirits are real, and that this physical world is overlapped by an energetic plane that is populated by spirits, intelligences with infinite power, knowledge, and I want to show them how to access that. I'm going to take them kind of on a journey into the other realms. Okay, I'm going to connect the world. I'm going to manifest. So, but I'm going to show them how to see auras. I'm going to show them how to actually get in contact with this other world that is constantly interacting with us. For most people, that's completely below the level of consciousness. They don't consciously understand it, but they are affected by it. So what I want to do is I want to blow people's minds. I want to increase their awareness of reality, and I'm going to do this on this event because, I actually have enough time to immerse themselves or immerse those people in that reality, because their consciousness will have to shift. And if you can do that over a certain period of time, it has to happen, because, through a conversation, 1 or 2 hours, that's not going to make it. You know what I mean? That's not going to be enough. That's not a sufficient amount of time to shift somebody's reality and consciousness so much. So if they're around me for such a long time, and I guide them through certain meditations, show them how to work with their energies and how to use their senses in a correct way to perceive these other dimensions, it's going to give them a concrete realization of a greater reality. And the value that they're going to get out of this is just incredible, because number one, it's going to give them a concrete understanding of themselves being more than physical bodies. This is going to be a massive shift that they're going to be benefiting from for the rest of their lives, because that's going to give them the entry point to a journey that's going to take them to heights and power and levels of understanding that can't even grasp for now. But in the beginning, there has to be some sort of experience that keeps them on track, if that makes sense. Because it's very easy in modern society to get constantly distracted, get caught up in the illusion of the physical world in Maya. And I'm going to make sure that people who have been there, who have spent enough time with me, are going to walk out of there as changed people. This is my goal for this event, and I'm going to make sure that this happens. So I'm just going to blow people's minds. Okay, I'm going to pass it back to you, Vince.
I pass it to Arash. We go around like that.
Yeah, I mean, you're hearing from everybody right now. I think that's something that should be obvious. Underneath what we're saying is the energy that we're coming with. Times have changed, everybody. I think that if you are into prophecies, and if you're into, you probably are if you come to this event, really. If you're into, there's more to life than just, get up in 9 to 5 and do the bullshit they told you and all that, then you must recognize that this time that we're in right now is a very important time for the entire world. And the entire world is shifting. So this is the energy that we're coming forward with. And if you yourself have ever desired change and wanted to do it, you ride to this wave right now. But I'm telling you, you're going to have to go hard. You're going to have to go hard. You're going to have to stop giving excuses. You're going to have to get so mad at yourself for being mediocre, for accepting their nonsense, for putting up with people bullying you mentally and emotionally. You're seeing it right now. The same people that have been running your education, that have been telling you what's right and wrong, are the same people that are crying like little babies in the streets protesting. You see, those were the people that gave you your fucking values. Those are not values. Those are wrong. Those are misguided judgments. And times are changing fast. They've already changed. I predicted this shit a while back, man, and this is the time. So when you're coming in, you have to come in with a different energy. Don't come in, it's another incredible event. Of course it's another incredible event. But I want you to bring a different version of you there. I want you to come with a different energy yourself. Come as if you are coming to completely alter and change the course of your life in the next 2-3 days that we're there. That's the energy to come with. And every single speaker is going to give you something that's going to be worth beyond what you could imagine. Which brings me to this point. We buy so many books. Well, the scholars between us do, and if you're a man, I hope you're a scholar. We buy so many books, we watch so many videos, we watch so many audios, we go to so many lectures and seminars. Myself, I'm engaged in 2 brand new activities. I took my first lesson today. Okay, let me explain this to you. About a week and a half ago, I signed up for something online, and I started as a white belt again. No one knows about it. Well, a few people know about it now. And you will see me go from 0 to the top of the world once again in a brand new field. And that's where I'm going. I called the people up. I said, I know nothing. I'm 39, turning 40, and I'm coming to you as a fucking infant. And my intention is to be one of the best in the world. Now, of course, I'm sure they're like, yeah, thank you. And as I was doing that, I took a test online. I had to take a final after I did this university online, and you had to pass with 90%, and I passed with 92%. I was nervous as shit taking this fucking test. I was like, what the fuck? And then right after, I called to go to my next phase. Phase 2, they scheduled me for Monday and Tuesday, which I have to now show up to the classroom over there, not online, and show them the certificate that I passed and go to the next phase. Well, in the process, my soul is burning. So today, in the morning, I called Electra, and I said, Electra, I need you to do a little research for me. They're better with Google than I am. And I said, I need you to find something. And I found a related field that I've always been interested in. And I called the guy, and I said, look, I'm turning 40 years old. I have never done this before, ever in my life. And I want to be great at it. Are you an instructor? Can you do this? The guy said, yeah. I said, what's the earliest? He said, can you come today? I said, I will make sure I come today. So I fucking drove an hour and a half, and I ended up in such a fucking ghetto that I thought to myself, I need to fucking turn around. I don't even know if I want to get out of my car, honestly. So I was like, just fucking go, prepare yourself going. I go in this little ghetto place, and then we start. And they start, and the guy starts teaching me the skill, and he says to me by the end, he says, I think you can be very good. I said, I make a habit out of being the best if I like something. I go, right now I have a very high interest in what you showed me. In the next couple of days, I'll either become fully obsessed with this, or I'll just thank you for it. I said, however, if I become obsessed, and then I told him the story of Mystery and Manu and them, I said, I promised you this in this moment. And there was a guy there who had recognized me from Instagram. I said, you be the witness here. I said, if I end up liking this, I will put my heart and soul in it, and I will be the best in the world. And he looked at me, and he said, I've produced 40 world champions in this art. I said, that's great. That even pushes me more. It means you're the right instructor. I'm telling you this so that in my own life, I'm still a student, 100%. But you see the way I'm attacking it? I'm going for it like, man, I am ready to go. I couldn't even wait till Monday, so I had to pick something else up today. And this is the energy I want you to bring. No more mediocre. No more, I'm going to do my best and I'll have another 45 fucking years. No, you're going to come in there and you're going to bring the best version of you. And by the time you leave, I will put you into the fire and you come out the way they make a samurai sword. You'll come out sharper. You'll come out able to cut through anything. Whew! I can talk forever, Vince. So I'm going to pass it to you.
Wow. Wow. Notice what's happening right now. This is synergy amongst us. And there will be 5 of us at the event. And that means that not only you will be impacted by each of the teacher, but also the collective presence of the teacher will impact each other, and we're going to raise ourselves even higher to higher levels. Now I'm going to go really fucking deep. This is what's happening with me working with Frank, and this is what you can expect. And this is part of like the deepest cause of your challenges. One art that I mastered would be hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapy is going back to the wiring. It's like you call in the electrical expert and you cannot turn on the switch and they go all the way back to what is the source. So we backtrack for a second. Whatever you may think your challenge is, your excuses, I procrastinate this and this and this and this and that. One of my former teacher, first spiritual teacher that I had, he's no longer, Stuart Wald, used to always say that it's interesting because we embrace life and it's a series of polarities. We have to be alive while facing death. And he would list those polarities. Now, if you study any form of persuasion, one of the fastest way to tame a person down is to put them in a bind, okay? Like, be alive and face death at the same time. And you may think, okay, it's the world. You may think it's this, it's that. But in truth, it is very challenging for all individuals out there to be able to truly embrace your power and excitement for life, because to succeed, it takes a lot of excitement while you're in that state of that bind of being unsure. Because there's always the possible threat and there's always the possible reward. You put an animal in a cage and you give them two options, but it's kind of not clear which one is which. They're not going to use it. Once in a while, somebody will arise from that. You know, somebody will say, I arise. But for most people, they do not arise. They let that cause them to shrink. Their goals are shrinking. Their vision of what's possible for themselves is shrinking. And we also live in a time when things have been fairly easy, you know. Like my father grew up during the end of World War II. But right now it's easy, and it might not always be that way. So it's really the time. There's an age of like an awareness of, wait a minute, maybe we've been a little too fucking comfortable. Maybe we took it for granted. Maybe it's time to fucking wake up. So in working with that world through Frank with the spirit, it became so clear that there is that greater world, and I've always been into it, as I'm sure to some degree you are, but there's two challenges that are being resolved. Number one is there is the appeal of finding a form of faith. But if I share my own personal experience, I mean, I even went to take classes at the Crystal Cathedral, which I loved all the teaching over there, but the moment I would turn around and stare at a chick or start to talk about sex, he'd be like, oh, what are you doing? So then, you know, all the seeking for spirituality would come short. And that's a big challenge for everybody. And the other challenge is that we have all those core fears. If you think you're afraid of speaking to girls, at the surface maybe, deep down inside, it's the deeper fear, the fear of passing, the fear that you could get into some sort of trouble that would find you forever fucked. And it's an illusion. Once you connect with a sense of infinity, all those fade away, and then you can finally breathe. And then you can finally tap into your power, and then you are finally free. So it's an amazing fucking gift, and it's all, you know, it's like a divine working. One piece leads to another, and so on. The combination. So I'm super psyched. I'm looking at the time. We'll go around one more time, then we'll tell you guys about the very exciting fact that there's just a couple spots for those who are coming in person. And in person, you immerse yourself, total immersion, from Friday, late afternoon, to Sunday, late afternoon, in a luxurious mansion in Hollywood Hills with Arash, Frank, myself, Kevin the Pimp, and Jen Simon, the Shaman. And we go at it and go at it. And if you show up, like what Arash said, I mean, this is going to be, we cannot describe it. There's no words at this point to describe it. But if you cannot treat yourself, which you should, absolutely, we're also going to do a live stream option. Live stream and recording. So we'll tell you about that in just a moment. And meanwhile, I'll pass it to Frank, I think. We're right.
Yeah. And one thing I want to say is I want to make sure that people understand what they have to bring to the table, because I'm not there to entertain people. I'm not a circus act or something like that. Okay? People have to understand, and I'm sure you guys understand that just as much or even more than me. To master something, in order to master something, you have to give it everything. You have to live it, breathe it. You have to shit it, eat it. You have to, every ounce of your being has to be put into something in order to master it. It has to become your life. I'm not saying that everybody that will come there has to become a sorcerer. All I'm saying is that if people come there with the honest and genuine intention to learn, I will give them everything. If they come with a clean slate, if they come with an open heart, I will give them everything. If not, if they want to come to be entertained and to see a show, that's not going to work, because their consciousness has to be opened in order for me to transfer whatever has to be transferred, okay? We live in a society where everybody just wants to be entertained, and this is what people are used to, right? Just come there, observe a show, applaud, and go back the same you were. This is not going to happen there. What I want people to understand is that if they come, they have to give it everything in order to allow us to transform them, because there's always two sides, okay? The student has to be receptive, and the teacher has to be willing to give. And I'm more than willing to give everyone who comes there with a clean slate, with an open heart. I'm going to give them everything. I'm going to give them so much energy. I'm going to give them so much. Everything I have, I will give them, as long as they're open to receive. But if they want me to put on a show or something like that, it's not going to work. And they're really, they're not going to benefit from it. So I want people to understand the mindset. Immersion means giving it everything, all right? Being willing to leave all your assumptions behind and to just come there with a clean slate. And if they do, the stuff that they're going to see, the stuff that they're going to be able to observe and take part in is going to change them forever. And it's going to be so empowering. It's you can't even put words. I mean, there are no words for this. I mean, the stuff I want to give them, just be aware, guys. If you come there and put in the work, I'm going to give you more than you could ever imagine. Trust me on that. Okay, I'm going to pass it on to Arash.
Yeah, I don't know if I have anything more to say, Vince. It's coming to that time right now. So, if you have anything for me to go over. Otherwise, I think I've said what I have to say. Everybody needs to show up, and let's rock this thing.
The new year is right around the corner. We know you want better and more at all levels. But let's face it, the odds are not in your favor. And let's be honest, unless you remedy with all you got, it would probably be the same old shit, different year. So time to truly change. As seen on CNN, This Is Life with Lisa Ling, The Seduction Game, also featured on Sky TV with comedian Carl Kierperson, The Moaning of Life. The most potent, popular, and best priced 7-day training on the planet. The Initiation. Total manhood makeover for total social and personal success. Las Vegas. January 16th to 22nd, 2017. Led by true legend, #1 pickup artist on the planet, Vince Hollywood Kelvin, and revolutionary philosopher and best seducer in the world, Arash Dibazar, and the best healers on the planet, such as shaman James Hyman and occult expert Frank White. Imagine 3 days in the depth of Nevada's desert, Alpha Camp, to strengthen your survival skills, tap into your true warrior nature, and arise spiritually to harness powers you didn't even know you had. With board breaking, firewalking, chakra clearing, NLP, hypnosis, for total success programming, and the most hardcore step-by-step military-style training to masterfully and flawlessly attract and bed the women you always desired. Then relocation for the following 4 days to the city that never sleeps, where everything goes, Las Vegas, Nevada, for around-the-clock pickup from nightclubs to malls, streets, casinos, including a visit to an adult convention. Expect only the very best results, not only with women, but in all areas of your life. Fuck excuses. It's your life, and the clock is ticking. Accepting applications and registration now by going to www.vegasinitiation.com or call our 24/7 hotline 1-323-309-3219. But hurry, we work with a sliding scale, and rates are subject to increase. So stop sitting on your ass before you're drawn into the abyss of excuses and regrets. Act now. Women and your new life are ready for you. Vegas, baby, Vegas. See you in Sin City for the real success you have been craving your whole life.
So maybe we'll share one more gold nugget. And gentlemen, here's the logistics, Kev. At this point, the dates are 18th, which is a Friday. For those flying in, we start at 7:30 p.m. So that's ample time for you to arrive. And Saturday the 19th, Sunday the 20th, and we finish at 5. So you know how to book your flights around it or commute. There's always guys that are carpooling from San Francisco, Vegas, and so on. The amount of participants, 15 guys live, and we're down to just a few options. You can either go regular, which means you get your own hotel, or you can go VIP. VIP includes lodging there, and since you lodge there, then you stay a little later, and you get some extra rituals, meditations, and so on. You know, on my side, I'll either help you pull a girl there, or I'll have a girl there, and you observe, and you see it like right in front of you. So VIP is the way to go, but VIP, I think we're down to 2 because there's only that many rooms, okay? The rates, you contact us. I think we're at $1,000 or just a little less for regular and $1,500 for VIP. And that's what it is. 0 exceptions. Then you have the option of the live stream. So live stream, there again, you can have the regular or the VIP. And I believe regular is at just a little less than 400 and VIP is a little less than 700 if I'm correct. And I hope I'm correct with the numbers. So you contact us as soon as possible, messages, any one of us, and make it happen fast. Hopefully you didn't miss it, and hopefully we still have space. And then the lineup, legendary, you know. We noticed who was the most impactful when we did the GSLR. Of course, you guys know anybody that has gone to the VIP lectures with Arash and so on. It's just, again, we're at a place where we either need to create new words or not rely on words to get the understanding across. So Arash, myself, Frank, James Hyman, and we'll do a podcast, with James Hyman tomorrow, and then Kevin, the pimp. We go around one last time with one quick gold nugget.
Okay, so I think I'm next. The spirit of the predator, okay, is what I'm going to wake up in you. The hunter. The warrior. Because I guarantee you, if you're listening to this right now, I guarantee you, when I said those words, something stirred in you. I'll give you the second part so we can stir that shit even more. You have had the values, ideals, and goals of the prey. You have been being prey, my friends. You have not been the hunter. You have not been the predator. You've not been the warrior. You've been the prey. And that's where you got your values from. And all your actions and your emotions, they come from your basic values and beliefs. This is why you struggle so hard. Because you have got your values from the deer, from the pig, from the grouse, from the turkey. You've been being eaten alive, mentally and emotionally. And you wonder why you can't go get a woman. To go get a woman, you have to be a fucking hunter. You're wondering why you can't make money, because to make money, you have to be a fucking hunter. You're wondering why you can't just seem to fucking have that much energy. You know what? You don't have that much energy because you're not hunting. Because if you had to fucking hunt for your food, if you had to hunt for your woman, if you had to hunt for your success, you would have no choice but to have energy. There would be no choice but to have energy. You have been grass-fed and made to become emotionally and mentally fat cows that graze around and get excited every once in a while that they get to, run around and show a sheep how big the cow is. You forgot what it was like to have teeth and claws. You forgot what it was like to have talons. You forgot what it was like to have razor-sharp fucking shark teeth and bites that could crush bones. You forgot what it was like. You need to get back to the spirit. I'm sure you never played a video game and chose the weakest character. I'm sure you didn't grow up and go, I want to go watch that movie that has all these weak characters that really inspire me to fucking get my ass kicked in life. You're men. And if you're listening, even as women, because it's about men and women now. It's not about men only. I teach more women than I do men probably worldwide now. You have to get back your spirit of the hunt. You have to become the predator again. It's okay. The world has changed. The prey are not running the world anymore. The pigs, the sheep, they don't run the world anymore. They're running around crying about it right now. Burning flags. How pathetic. How fucking pathetic. You need to come in with a different energy. And I'm going to wake up in you the hunter, the predator, the warrior. Because when you see me, one look at me and you'll fucking know what you're dealing with at this moment. So I'm very excited. I'm excited to see my friends. I'm excited to see Frank, Vince. I'm excited to see all the people that I know that have come to these events. It's going to be an incredible 3 days. The mansion is beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, listen, we have an incredible setting where you could study well, where you could absorb this information from a different perspective. You know, we spend money on that. It's not like, you know, somebody gave us a mansion. We went, we sought it out, we found the one we wanted, we paid for it so that we have the proper environment to do this in. So I look forward to seeing you guys, and I'll pass it over to Frank.
Yeah. Speaking of warriors, there's a strong connection between the warrior and the sorcerer archetype. Okay? Look at the warriors in ancient times. They would paint their faces. They would chant songs. They would get into a trance before they go into battle. And all of this comes back down to as a man, having to be in contact with your purpose, with a higher reality where your purpose resides. And once you get in contact with that, you will become an actual powerful human being. Before you do that, before you get in contact with that higher reality, with your quote-unquote spirit and your purpose, you're just another guy running around like a headless chicken, living out the ideals that other people gave you. It's not your own ideal. It's not your true purpose, and it's not your path. Until you connect to that higher reality, you're not a man yet. You see? This is why they had initiations in ancient cultures. Young men would be guided through initiation processes by older men who had done that before. Okay? They were in contact with their purpose. You, as a man, if you want to become a man, if you want to become a fully developed man on his path and fearless, you have to connect to the spiritual. So don't take this lightly, guys. This is not airy-fairy. This is not just about making things happen. This is not just about, you know, becoming a bit more powerful and having spirits do shit for you. This is one of the most crucial things in your life. Okay? You have to connect to a higher reality, or you will forever be incomplete. So I'm here to help you get in contact with that. And trust me, if you don't do that, if you don't conquer that fear, and if you don't connect to your higher self and find your purpose, you're going to be forever unfulfilled. There's nothing more important than that. Nothing. Nothing. No job, no whatever you have going on in your life. Unless you have found your purpose, you should drop everything and anything and try to find it. Okay? And there's no other way but to connect to your deeper self, to your spirit, to a spiritual reality. And I can help you with that. So I would definitely recommend you get in contact with me. You come to the mansion, spend some time, conversations, do meditations, rituals, and I guarantee you're going to go out there as a man, as a changed person, someone who is on their path. I'll pass it on to you, Vince.
Wow, guys, first, thank you so very, very, very much. What a pleasure, what an honor. I was with this girl this afternoon, a new Asian girl, and she's super young and a little shy. And I told her, are you a fashionista all dressed up like that? And she said, yeah, it's one of my dreams. I told her, dreams are wimpy. It's wimpy to have a dream. And at first she didn't quite get it because, you know, we're all told, like, what's your dream? What's your dream? I mean, we have dreams at night. That's one thing. But to have a dream. And then She was bright. She got it. I said, it's the reality that you're awakening to. Because here's the problem. We live in a world where when even the majority, when encouraging us or pretending to encourage us to go for higher aims, the structure of the language itself presupposes that it's not available. So, if you come at this from a place of scarcity, thinking that it's not there and that maybe, who knows, if you get lucky, you'll have your dreams and you chase your dreams, you're going to chase for your whole life. Okay? If you think about the generations that came before you in your family, how many of them really met their dreams? They chased the lifetime of chasing. Okay? Because the frame is false. So I'm going to provide you with foundational frames that will not only totally empower you, but they are correct. And if you question what I'm going to say right now, it's a good indication that you fucked and you better change that as soon as you can. Okay? Because I'm going to make a statement, and that's going to be your test to know exactly where you stand and what are the odds, unless you remedy right now to truly experience that higher reality that all of you, your soul, your psyche, your heart, your guts, your balls, every part of you is craving for that. There's no such thing as depression. It's only the inner frustration and anger that comes from knowing there's more, but it's not here. Okay? All the so-called diagnosis of like the modern day mental, emotional challenges. It's one answer. You're selling yourself short. So you're suffering, you're suffocating, you're struggling on the inside. It's like worse than a cancer. So here's the statements. Okay? If you think you're in a reality where you take who you are today and what is that as the norm, and maybe if you get lucky or this is something more out there, you are fucking yourself over because it will always elude you. What is your sense of the norm? What is your personal positioning? We all are made of a body that has amazing functions that we still don't fully understand. Same thing with the mind and so on. Now, what's most important is where do you direct your focus and where is your focus coming from? So are you coming fools? They come from a place of thinking that there's not enough, it's not really possible, and because of that, they're broken and they act like victims, whiny victims, and then they get needy. Teach me, give me, tell me, oh my God, she's so hot, there's that girl, oh yeah, I'll come when I'll have the money because right now I don't have the money. All those presuppositions, it's the wrong initial position of perception. But if instead you realize, what if you had it backwards all along? What if who you are is really powerful beyond measure? What if who you are is so much more gifted than you knew it, but you bought into the illusions of the world, and now is the time to be free? So where are you? Do you feel that? And also there's a sense you got to raise the standard. Last thing I'm going to say, you got to massively, massively, massively raise the standard. If we didn't do that, if we didn't do that, I'd be the kind of guy who would say, oh, I know, because 15 years ago I used to teach meditation at colleges, so somebody would tell me about it. No, I've had my best meditation experience ever the other day with Frank. So you got to also know when you just need to know that what you think you know is just barely the beginning. Anyway, gentlemen, you know exactly what to do. The final word about the event. There's only one event that will repeat, and it's always stopped, but it's yearly. It's the Global SLR. Every other event, everybody's been asking us, Enigma, can I get the recording? When are you guys doing Enigma again? No, that was a one-time deal. So the mention, that's a one-time deal. Those 5 of us together, that time, now, timely, just before the new year, just before a whole new phase, in that mention, that's a one-time deal. So jump on it. Gentlemen, thank you so much. And we did it for tonight. You guys, you do your part now. Good night, everyone.
You've been listening to The Real Kings of Pickup with Vince Hollywood Kelvin and Arash motherfucking Dibazar. Brought to you by www.globalslr.com. Call live every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to get your questions answered.
Just dial 701-801-1220.
Then enter 129-779-160.
Followed by the pound key.
To get your free pickup starter kit, go to www.seductioncoaching.com now. And remember, stay sexy.